Hey, well, Broken World Entertainment, and the new trailer for Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny has dropped. We can't show it because obviously there's copyright music in it. This is Disney's new go-to move, stick copywriting music in there, so it's got the Rolling Stones. But we'll break down because is it proving the rumours of time travel right? Because it's very much seeming that's the case. And the other interesting element of this is the fact that Lucasfilm YouTube channel has actively deactivated the dislike. Now, I'm not on about if you don't have the Chrome extension. I'm talking about even with that, they've disabled the dislikes. So far they've kept the comment section up, but it's interesting that they turned off the dislikes. But what do we get in the trailer? Well, we get Indiana Jones passed out in front of a TV before he's jolted awake. Then he's on a train or a subway with a bunch of people all dressed up. It must be 4th of July or something. He apparently is retiring, which oddly enough, the place he's in just looks like an office job rather than the university. Of course, we get Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who is just terrible and has all the charisma of cancer diagnosis. And she tells Indy she thinks she's found or has an idea where the object he found on a train during the Second World War has been found again. That item, of course, is the Dial of Destiny. And we get some, I don't know whether these are going to be flashbacks. I'm going to assume the parts with young Indy and the actor Toby, I can't think of his second name, the guy who was in Captain America, the young Mads Mikkelsen on the train. I'm going to assume that that's the start of the movie. I think we're going to get that kind of flashback, and that'll be the beginning. But she tells Indy about this, and he responds by saying, like, why do you want to find a thing that drove your father crazy? They seem to be in almost like an evidence locker room to where Hyde Holbrook's character, don't know what his character's called, is coming in. They seem to have got something they have to escape, so Indy pushes all the racks over. And then Helena, who is Helen Bonham Carter, I was going to say, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, is a character who, by the way, is his granddaughter, or goddaughter, locks him in, pretty much betrays him. We get Mads Mikkelsen's character staring at forms about Helena and Indy. And then we go to a big, what appears to be, well, actually, I don't think it's the 4th of July celebration. If I remember correctly, is it something to do with the space race? Anyway, there's a big parade going on, and Indy's on a horse, and he's being chased by Hyde Holbrook. I hope I'm saying his name right. Into the subway. And then we get more of the Dial with Mads Mikkelsen. We get Lucasfilm, Disney again, telling us how capitalism is bad. Basically by Indy saying, you stole it, the Dial, to Mads Mikkelsen. He replies, then you stole it from me. And then Phoebe Waller-Bridge says, and then I stole it. And she says, it's called capitalism. So Disney sending a great message, isn't it? Socialism good, capitalism bad. We see a bit of a chase scene and those little scooter things, which looks like India. We got Phoebe Waller-Bridge getting to tell Indy, you've had your adventures, you've made your mistakes, but now you can end on one last triumph. We get a very brief shot of Antonio Banderas just saying Indy, and then we see Salah saying give them hell, Indiana Jones. We see Indy and Helena falling out of the plane. He says, we hear more voiceover of him talking about he's been tortured by voodoo, shot 9 times, including by her father, which we then get a flashback again of him being shot. And he says, and it's all led to this, look, to find this thing that he's been searching all of his life. Which also makes no sense, seeing as he normally looks for religious artifacts. Something they've completely forgotten about. Now, the rumour, of course, is the time travel. As I said, I think the train scenes with him on the roof of the train and stuff where Mads Mikkelsen is young as well, I'm going to assume all of that is the beginning of the movie. But the question comes along with the actual dial, because there's lines of dialogue regarding this thing that makes it very much seem time travel, and none more so than Mads Mikkelsen's character saying in the trailer, Hitler made mistakes, but with this we can change and fix things. How could you do that? How could you fix what the Nazi army failed at doing? The only way that makes sense is if they were able to go back in time and change the outcome of the war. Time travel. And then we're seeing tons of other stuff that's kind of, seeing Indy in the Nazi uniform where he seems to be tied up and captured. That's clearly not on the train. Are we seeing scenes of the original movies being redone that they're going to change? Everything to this is pointing to those rumours being true. That this is going to be time travel. And that could also be why they've deactivated the comments, because people would have flooded in and said, hold up, you guys have been screaming at the fans saying, no, this isn't the case. But it's looking like that is the case. And as for the overall thoughts of the trailer sucks. For me, it's terrible. It does not feel or sound or look like an Indiana Jones movie. Really doesn't. I think this thing looks terrible. It's my opinion. It seems to be shared by quite a lot of people. This movie needs to make upwards of $1 billion just to break even. 300 million budget, and they're probably going to spend another 150 million on advertising. Which means if you take out the advertising, it needs to hit at least 900 million to break even. You add in then the product or the promotional material, you're probably talking about $1 billion. This thing's not hitting $1 billion. The Rolling Stones music and everything just doesn't work. And then the music, the Indiana Jones music they put in at the end, which is meant to sound like this big epic version sounds terrible. Doesn't work. Trailer looks horrible. The movie looks horrible. And the trailer's really pointing to all those rumours being true about time travel. Anyway, with that, I'll leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.